All right. So my parents were cleaning out their house when they were moving from Arizona. And one of the things that they found in the attic was my American Girl doll. And I remember this thing was my sidekick for everything. Mm-hmm. And I had Samantha. Samantha was the American Girl doll I had. And I am 100% a Samantha. I looked up like what her story was and everything. And she's like the mom of the group. And I was like, wow, my parents really knew who I was before I even was an adult, knowing what I was going to be doing with my life. So did y'all have American Girl dolls growing up? And if you did, what doll did you have? And then did you want another one, or did you like the one that you got?
I had two.
Okay, bougie.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I also had two. Yeah.
The first one I had, it was like one you could kind of like name yourself or like name after you. I really don't remember the full details, but all I remember is it had like brown hair, and I was like, this is so me. And it was named Gracie. And this is also a really random fun fact. This is so crazy. I'm almost positive it was at like a furniture store. There was like an American Girl doll fashion show. I really don't know, and I've worked there.
You're not crazy. Yes, that was a thing. That was definitely a thing.
I was like, why was it at a furniture store? And I went to it. I walked to like an American Girl doll fashion show with my little doll.
I'm getting Gracie lore that I didn't even know. I don't think I
ever told you this.
I'm shocked. I thought I knew everything about her. I find this out.
I just remember like waiting all day long, and we were just like at like an Ashley Furniture or something, like sitting on like the show couches.
No, I love that. I had Josefina as my American Girl doll. Loved her very dearly, but I wasn't super like, I didn't really buy into the American Girl culture as a child. Like I wasn't in it like some girls were, so I couldn't like as a kid. I probably couldn't have named any other American Girl doll other than Josefina and Samantha, because that's the one my sister had. And we also like didn't like play with them. Like we like displayed them.
Yes.
Like they had my grandpa like hand built like beds for them.
That's cool.
And they stayed in their beds, but like displayed like in our room. Like it wasn't like we were like didn't play with them because we didn't want to. We're just like, oh, like those
are too nice to play for. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Yes. So like now I can name more American Girl dolls, but like back then I was like, okay, Josefina. And I do think it's because Josefina is the one that looked the most like me, and Samantha looked like my sister. That's why we got those dolls.
Got it. Awesome. Yeah, I had Samantha and Molly.
Ooh, I wanted Molly.
Molly
yeah. Classic. Molly was cute, yes. And I so like in Chicago there was like the downtown store. Like the big store. I went to events there. Like there was like tea parties and stuff that you can go to. And yes, I actually, you know what's up funny, Monica? Like I was digging through some of my stuff too and like trying to throw stuff away. I still had unused gift certificates from there, which I'm like, do they count? Like if I say that like I have a gift certificate from 1996, will you guys honor it? Like
I bet they would, honestly. Like just for honestly, like the story.
Maybe they would. Like, I don't know. Oh my God. Yeah, I would probably make the news and be like, these 30-year-olds like give certificates that they're gonna come, and I'm like, oh God, like I don't want that kind of attention in my life right now. Yes. Yeah, I don't think so. But yeah,
30-year-old outraged that her American Girl doll coupons don't work anymore.
Just be like, these are worth money, and I demand it right now. I don't even think like, is there even a store anymore anywhere?
I think the one in Chicago is still there.
I don't think so. No, like it was like Michigan Avenue store.
Well, was it because it was in Water Tower, right? Or Michigan Avenue?
It was Michigan Avenue. Okay, now I got to look this up.
But I went whenever I was maybe like. We didn't go in, but we walked by. I was like, I think it was there for my 8th birthday.
Because I believe this was before the pandemic. I was on a work trip and we had like an hour and a half to kill. So we literally were like, let's go check out the American Girl store. And we were walking around like with no children.
It is still a thing. It is in the, what's it called? Water Tower.
Is it in Water Tower now?
Yeah.
Do they have a cafe?
I feel like I see like people on TikTok go to it all the time, but then I'm thinking maybe it's also the one in New York too.
There's a Halloween sale right now for 20% off.
You can use
so
your
anybody-
gift cards.
Your gift cards. Perfect.
Oh my god.
God, I remember when they had like the matching outfits to the doll, like for you can buy one. And I remember I was a huge like Tara Lipinski ice skating follower when I had my doll. So my mom bought me like one of the ice skating outfits, and like I had one for Samantha, and I would like bring her to the rink, and I sucked. I clearly did not go in ice skating. But now that I was walking in like as an adult, I was looking at some of the prices of these things, and I was just like, holy shit,
It was
like
outrageous.
how much is that? I'm like, okay, do that in like 1990 to early 2000s conversion because it's probably going to be cheaper. But I was like, damn, like some of these outfits are like $100.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, maybe I should thank my parents for letting me have that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the
they're
accessories
pricey.
were outrageous. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I sent her to the hospital because my
There was
dog
a
chewed her
hospital.
arm off, and they put her in like a little cast and everything. And I was like,
I remember they had a
this is-
hospital. Yeah.
oh, I really just wanted the hospital gown, and then you could buy the wheelchair, and I was just like, yes, get me it.
They're like the
please.
wheelchair's extra.
Yeah, of course it is. Come on, you got to make some money off of it, right?
Oh my god. I'm surprised they didn't have like insurance on these dolls. I'm sure they do. Insurance.
They probably do now.
Yeah.
Something, right? Oh my god. Yeah.
Because their hair, you can go in and like go to the beauty salon and get their hair fixed and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I'm assuming they probably have like insurance policies now. Because man, my Samantha's doll's hair, I was
A little raggedy.
putting her through the ringer
Yeah.
when I had her.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Sure.
I don't know where my
well-
American Girl doll is actually.
I know. I feel like mine are just somewhere in my parents' basement.
I know. I think
Right.
it's gotta
That's
be-
Yeah.
That's exactly
basically
where you
where they're
left
all
it.
at.
Yes.
Right next to my
live.
Beanie Babies, there's
Yeah.
my American Girl doll.
Yeah.
My investments that clearly did not come
Did not-
out to
did not
you know,
pan
they
out,
needed to
right?
be.
We should have invested in like Xerox, and instead we were investing in Beanie Babies.
Teddy bear Beanie Babies.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah. And those stupid little protectors you put on the little heart
Oh,
tags.
They,
because
you know what? Those worked. Okay. Mine are still pristine.
there you go. And they're worth a whopping $18 a Beanie Baby. Look at you.
Just give it some time. It'll be the next. It'll come back
Yeah.
around.
It's gonna
be as
pop.
big as Labubu.
It's-
Yeah, we gotta wait till
Exactly.
Labubu's out.
It'll
Yeah.
it'll pop.
Wait, are
any
Labubu's
second.
like the new generation of Beanie Babies?
I mean, I think they're more of a fad than Beanie. Like Beanie
Yeah.
Babies, they were around for a while. I think
okay.
Labubu's will probably run its course by the end of the year.
Yeah,
I feel like
Yeah.
it's already kind
Yeah.
of.
Oh.
I don't
It's like
know.
the Tamagotchis. Remember Tamagotchis?
Yes.
Oh, I do remember.
Oh, I
those.
loved my Tamagotchi.
I know, me
Oh.
too. I still have mine. I have like an off-brand one and a Tamagotchi, like a regular one. It's just sitting
yeah.
in my drawer, and I won't get rid of it. So
No, absolutely not.
Come on. I still have my old iPods, and
Yes.
those are worth some money now. And I'm like, rip them out of my cold, dead hands. These
Yeah.
are stings. I don't have the chargers for them, so I have no idea how to turn them on, but
yeah,
I still have them.
still got it.
All right. Well, we should get started.
Yes, of course. All right, well, welcome back to Lap It Like It's Hot. Thank you, ladies, for being here. So I'm going to introduce our guest today is Celine and Gracie from Podium Pop. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's great to see you guys again.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course, if you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us how do you guys know each other and how you guys got into motorsports.
Okay. Well, we are Gracie and Celine.
Yeah.
We have a podcast called Podium Pop. We started it back in January of 2024. And we talk about Formula One and IndyCar, mostly those two, but we talk a little bit about like endurance racing, WEC, IMSA, all of those other racing series. We met in college.
Mhm.
So 10 years ago, we did the math the other day.
Wow.
We're like, oh my gosh, it's been 10 years. 10 years ago, we met. We were freshmen in college. And
We lived on the same dorm floor.
yeah, we lived on the same floor.
Mm.
And we were like, I guess, like acquaintances.
Yeah.
And then once we didn't live on the same floor anymore, that's when we actually became friends. And we're like, wow, we could have been hanging out so much more. Because because you live 4 doors down from me. But it's funny. It was funny looking back at it. But do you want to talk a little bit about how you got into motorsport?
I grew up watching NASCAR with my dad. My mom was like a varsity cheerleading coach, so on the weekend she was always out like coaching, and my dad would have NASCAR on, and I remember I was like, what is this? And then a couple times I started watching, and then I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to pick Denny Hamlin as my favorite. And then we live close to the Kentucky Speedway, so we went, I think, the very first year it opened, and then I think the year after, I believe. And then I got into high school, and I was like, no, I'm not watching NASCAR anymore. So, like, I had a basis for motorsports. And then Celine.
Yeah, so I started watching Drive to Survive. I think it was 2022.
Yeah.
I started watching it. And I literally just, like, I think I saw a TikTok about it. And that made me watch the show. So I started watching the show. And I, like, binge watched all of it. And then it was on Formula One summer break of that season in 2022. So I binge watched like how many seasons were out, like 3 or 4 at that point. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this. Everyone I know should get into motorsport. Nobody I knew. I didn't know one person that watched any type of motorsport at all. And so I was just like watching these races completely by myself. I had no one to talk to about it. It was horrible.
She tried so hard to get me to
I tried so hard. Like every time I was like, Gracie, watch this with me. Watch this with me. I would like spit out like facts at her. I'd be like, and then this is happening. And then this, and then Max Verstappen and da-da-da. And she was like, okay, whatever. Like she was very nice about it because she just let me talk at her. She didn't know what I was talking about. And then eventually one day she was like, I don't know, maybe I'll put on the race while I'm like doing like my chores and stuff. And then that was Zandvoort 2023.
I started getting like a bunch of Formula One on TikTok.
On purpose because I kept sending them to her. I was trying to fix her algorithm and it worked.
I would get home from work and I would have like 15 videos of Formula One stuff sent to me from Celine.
And it worked.
It worked.
And
one of the things that got me
that's all that matters.
The Max Verstappen song. I kept hearing the Max Verstappen song over and over again. And I was like, what is this? And then finally, it was Zandvoort 2023, and I saw like videos of Lando, so I was like, oh, I like Lando. If I watch, I think I'd be a Lando McLaren fan. And then Celine texted me Zandvoort, was like, Lando qualified well, but it's raining, and now there's a red flag, and all this is happening. I was like, I guess I gotta turn it on.
Yeah, what is happening?
I knew her weak points.
Yeah,
she mentioned one time, she's like, oh, I saw that video of Lando. I'm like, hey, Gracie, Lando qualified really well.
That's awesome.
So basically, I manipulated her into liking motorsport.
Now I'm obsessed,
and it worked.
And now you're and you're hooked. That's all that matters. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. That's a great story of how to get into it.
So, how did you guys get into IndyCar? Was F1 kind of your gateway drug into IndyCar?
Yeah, absolutely.
I really liked. I found the Screaming Meals podcast, and I started listening. And also, I knew like Pato, so I was listening to Screaming Meals. And then I was like, Celine, I think we need to watch IndyCar next year. And we started at the 2024 season.
Yep.
Yeah, you're like,
and we also
Marcus is going? All right.
Yeah, no, right? I was like, oh, wait, he's a driver?
He's going to IndyCar? Wait, Callum Islet's racing in IndyCar?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of overlap for sure.
Yeah.
IndyCar, like, you really led the charge for IndyCar. You're like, we gotta watch this. I was like, okay, like, I don't know what's going on, but sure. So we did end up watching it. And it was like the first like couple races we watched on TV, we were like, oh, we really liked that. And then we went to like one in person and we're like, oh, we really liked it. Like we love it. Because we did our very first race ever was Miami of last year. And then literally like the next week, we were like on our way back from Miami on the plane. And I was like, hey, like, Indy Road Course is next weekend. Should we go? And we're like, yeah, let's go. And the difference between like Formula One and then a week later going to like an IndyCar race is like, it was so different. I was like, oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Oh, yeah. The access alone, you're like, oh my gosh, I can be here without paying to be here. This is awesome, right?
Yeah, especially I feel like I'm like, oh my gosh, are we supposed to be here right now? Like, are we about to get kicked out? Like, it was so weird.
And especially like that road course, like it's definitely not as crowded, but you still get that like history and stuff like that that's around you, which was super cool. So yeah, I agree. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So with IndyCar, we still have silly season going very strong. So what are your thoughts on the remaining open seats, right? So we have coin, Foyt, maybe RLL with Mick. There's conversations if Stingrays actually really have a seat, or is that just, keeping him warm until someone else comes in, right? So what are your thoughts on the rumors of those seats, and who would you want to be in those seats?
I would really like, I think we both would really like Caio Collet to have a seat.
Yeah, absolutely.
We really like him. And then I would love for Mick to go to RLL.
I'm like pushing that agenda so hard.
It would be
Please.
It would be so great. I mean, we've always been like huge Mick fans, especially Gracie like loves Mick. And I don't know like why, like in my head I never even thought to think, oh, Mick could come to IndyCar. Like I didn't know it was something that he was like I never thought about it, and then someone like mentioned it and I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, right?
He should definitely come to IndyCar. But it's just I don't know why I never thought about it before.
The name is just so synonymous with F1 that you're just like, there's no way that they would do that. But then, it just makes sense. And I am so there with you that like, I am pushing for it so hard. I think it would be fantastic for the sport.
I think it would be so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think RLL for him might actually be a good place, right? You have Louis, who kind of went up the ladder through the European model before he went into Indy Next, right? So he has the understanding of what it's like to race in Europe and how to race now in Indy. And then you have Graham, who's just a veteran who knows, basically is the team. He is the team. Let's be honest, right? So I think it might be good for him. Crazy Monica's like, hey, if Graham decides to ever retire, like, could you imagine like a Logan, a Mick, and a Louis at, RLL?
Oh my God.
Like the girlies would implode.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, that would be such a crazy lineup.
That would be. I was going to say,
they
like,
would
do we
have
think
like the fans on their side.
Oh, for sure.
They would be bigger than McLaren. Like Pata would be like, what are you doing?
That would be they would be the boy band of the grid for sure, I would say.
Yeah.
So
we can dream.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'll keep that dream alive.
Yeah.
Yes, let's keep this rumor alive, Logan. Come on, let's start talking to Graham, being like, hey,
I've been waiting for Logan for a while to come.
Yeah.
I think he would be fantastic. And I know he's like doing the endurance, right? Is like where he's sitting right now. So
he did IMSA race. He did the last 2 IMSA races of the season, but there's no word on if he's going to do it or not next year. It's like looking like likely, but he hasn't announced anything.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool because, with Kyle Kirkwood on the grid, like he would have a friendly and have a friend, and he can take Colton's place because let's be honest, Kyle's probably like, who's going to fill this giant void in my life?
Right.
So there's a spot for Logan. I think he would do well here with Mick. I think they both need. I think Indy's a good place for them to have that redemption arc of like, y'all just had so many people were talking so poorly about you during your time, in F1 and IndyCar's like, I feel like you can make mistakes, but it's not going to completely destroy like your perception on the grid, which I like.
It's not, like I think IndyCar too, like other than the like famous like number 6 McLaren seat, other than that, you don't see like the mid-season like swap outs as often. You don't see like the one mistake and then the rumor starting that they're losing their seat. Although again, in the number 6, we hear a lot of it with Nolan. But like for the most part, like it's definitely more like, I don't want to say like nice, but like it is nicer almost.
Yeah.
They're more forgiving, like you said.
Yeah.
Like,
well, some of these drivers bring big budgets and those teams need those big budgets, right? And so in F1, they're just like, out, bye, I can bring someone else in, right? Yeah. And this year was weird because Coyne didn't have 15 people racing in their cars, right?
Yeah.
Like we didn't even have a mid-year swap with Coyne. So is Roman Grosjean really going to take a full-time ride with Coyne next year? Like, is that really going to happen?
We only, according to him, we have
2 weeks?
2 weeks to find out.
I know.
He said, and we were, whenever he was at like that press conference, we were there, and he was like, I'm going to have both my drivers by Halloween. And we like looked at each other, we're like, yeah,
like, we're like, okay.
Like,
yeah,
everyone
like,
in the crowd.
Sure, Dale. Like,
okay, Dale.
Whatever you say, Dale.
I mean, he has 2 weeks to make that true, so
Yeah.
we'll see. But I would
be mad about Roman coming back.
Yeah. I think
he's a crowd pleaser,
Yeah.
but he's also a crash test dummy. So I like, you know what I mean? So like, I have mixed feelings about it. Monica and I have talked about it before that like, you know, I don't know. But he was just like prancing around and his, like, I call this his gap year, that he was like, just like, I don't, you know what I mean? And just like hanging out, like I'm going to be with Prema, but like, just kidding. I'm going to be on a boat in the middle of the Mediterranean, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm curious to see like if he did train during the off season or like during his gap year, and you know what he could bring to Dale.
He was doing IMSA this past year, so he was still in and out of the car. I mean, a very different type of car, very different experiences, and he was in a pretty tough car. They had a lot of issues with it this year, but I think I don't know. I would like to see. But I'm a sucker for like. Bring him back. Give him another chance. Come on, guys. Like I'm a sucker for it. So I'm probably a little biased because of that.
Yeah. The question is Dale going to actually pay him, or is Roman actually going to bring a budget? I think it comes down to, does Roman want to race for free? Because as we know with Renus, he was basically racing for free last year.
Yeah.
Does Roman want to do that? Because he can bring a budget, but I don't know. I feel like with the Kayos and, you know, the Dennis Haugers and the Indy Nexters, right? Like there's so much young talent coming in.
Yeah.
I understand why Coyne would want a veteran and a rookie versus like a Linus Lundqvist who comes in who has some experience but isn't like as well versed as Roman. So I don't know.
That's true.
We'll see.
Interesting.
Oh, we'll see. All right. So IndyCar has been reaching out to a lot of different cities to host like street races more so. So we've seen it with DC, Denver, and now Cleveland. Why do we think that IndyCar is pushing for more street courses rather than ovals?
I think
they think it's exciting.
I think they think it's more accessible probably too. I like a city's definitely more centralized than a lot of like where some of the ovals are.
Yeah.
They're not like, I guess, in the middle of everything like street courses can be.
Like even Nashville, it still takes like from downtown like 45 minutes to an hour to get
to the track.
super speedway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think maybe it has to do with like like the stereotype between like with like oval racing. Like so many people don't look into IndyCar and NASCAR because they're just driving in a circle the whole time. And Formula One doesn't do ovals and doesn't have that, and it's seen as like so exciting and I think they are trying to get away from the narrative, but I don't want them to. Like, I love
ovals.
the ovals. It's like, they're some of my favorite races, especially in person. I prefer watching on ovals. But I do wonder if it's like they're trying to like reach out to get a new audience. But like, I think if they reach out too far, they're going to lose their old audience if they continue getting rid of ovals.
Right? Yeah, because I feel like that's their like the history, like that's how it, like IndyCar started in the first place. And I think you're right. Like, you know, Europeans and the rest of the world were like, well, how hard is it to turn left? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it is. I don't know. I think watching ovals is so exciting. It does. I don't know. I hope that they.
It's like the skill they're like, it's just turning left. It's like, no, like ovals are harder.
No, it's not.
Than, like,
yes.
Courses.
I mean, when they're like 4 wide on some of these straights, right? Like that is so exciting to watch. And like even passing is way harder, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't, you know, I'm not, I don't like that way of thinking that it's just turning left.
I mean, half of the Formula One drivers, like when they get asked about like doing IndyCar, they're like scared of driving on ovals. Like they're like, no, I don't want to do that. That's terrifying. They go way too fast. And they're all racing next to each other. Yeah. So I think that alone tells you how skilled you have to be to do oval racing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Even for like Indy 500 qualifying, right? Like you're going 225 miles an hour in a circle and you hit a marble up top on, you know, the high line. And next, you know, you're Colton crashing into the wall upside down into a concrete barrier, right?
Yeah.
Like,
and then ready to jump back in again,
right? Yeah, like during the 500, he was just kind of just like skidding upside down with his wheel flying off, and you're like, "Holy shit! Like, what just happened here?"
Mm-hmm.
And I get that, but I also think that ovals are like Milwaukee has done so well bringing it back onto the schedule. People love going to that track. The track itself is incredible. Like a short oval like that, it was a risk, right? With Iowa and Texas and how fans weren't showing up for that. Milwaukee, they show up for it, right?
Yeah.
Gateway, they show up for it. So, wow, I would love to see a race in like downtown Denver or DC or, I feel like we need more East Coast races. So, how cool would it be to do something in like New York or, up in the East Coast?
Yeah.
But you got to also give us a little bit more oval options, right? Double headers in Milwaukee are great, but give us more.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Sure.
I will say that like we haven't been to an IndyCar street race. Like we haven't been to one.
Same.
So like I'm almost like, like I'm obviously like partial ovals because most of the ones we go to are ovals, but like I do want to get to a street course, and then I feel like I can really form a better opinion about my favorite. But ovals are just like you get to see everything. I mean, there are some larger ovals where like Indy 500, like I only saw like I guess we could see most of the track, but like the Nashville, like you can see everything, like the way that it's set up, and it's so much easier to like watch it than like say when we're like at Mid Ohio, like it's really difficult to follow everything that's happening in the race if you're not sitting right in front of a TV screen.
Yeah.
Then I feel like
sit high enough, you're good.
Yep. And I feel like the drivers don't like street races as much either. That like they kind of, like I've heard them talk mad shit about like Detroit and stuff. Like they don't enjoy driving in street races. Like they do prefer ovals. Like they love St. Louis. They love that track.
Oh yeah.
Like
I don't know. Detroit is a hard one, right? Because I want to go to Detroit just because also IMSA races there too, right?
Yes.
So I'm like, ooh, you get 2 for 1. You get 2 amazing series at once. But I understand that Detroit layout is very similar to how the NASCAR Chicago layout was in the city, where they don't have enough time to hit top speeds like they do in a St. Pete when they're on the straight on the runway, right? Where they can actually like make space. When you're in a city like Detroit, Chicago, even Toronto a little bit, like you can't, there's not a lot of streets that just go on and on and on where you can like make it, right? Like Vegas, they have the main strip in F1 and they can just, go. So I get that. But if they made Detroit actually go back to Belle Isle, that's basically what I'm trying to say here. Like, let's not be in the city. Let's go to Belle Isle because that gave you the opportunity to have a St. Pete type street race while you're still being in the city. Yeah. So I feel like they need to make sure, like with Denver and even like DC and Cleveland, like don't make it like a tiny little box where you don't have the opportunity for passing or, anything.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So there had been a lot of conversations around Prema. Prema's kind of been the big question mark on the grid around will they not be showing up, to St. Pete in 2026. So there have been rumors that AO Racing is looking for the possibility of getting into either NASCAR or IndyCar. What do you think do you think that they're talking to Prema? Do you think AO is just like, hey, maybe this can be no charters, but like a trial? And could we see a Rexy on the grid in IndyCar?
I think I would love for AO Racing to come to IndyCar. Do I think they're talking to Prema? Maybe. I mean, they should. If they're thinking about it, this might be their opportunity for it. But I would love AO. I think AO does a fantastic job of like fan engagement. Like they are like when people think like IMSA marketing, they think of AO Racing. They're so good at it. And I think it would kind of they'd bring like a younger crowd to IndyCar, which is always good to get younger fans. So I would love it. I'm assuming you feel the same.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I can't tell I don't know. I saw those rumors too, and I can't tell if they would or wouldn't.
There's a lot of rumors flying around.
Not for next year, part of me is feeling like.
Yeah. But I don't know if Prema's so like up in the air, and like I forget how they're connected because the person they're connected with Iron Dames as well, which is the IMSA all women IMSA team, and they also are struggling with funding, really struggling with funding. Like, again, they weren't at the last three IMSA races.
Yeah.
They're still racing. They were racing over in the European Le Mans Series, but they weren't coming over to America. I'm assuming it was too expensive to get them out here. But they're also facing financial problems. And I don't want Prema to go away. Though. Like, I want Prema to stick around. Like, I don't necessarily want it to be like taken over by AO Racing. Because they only got 1 year.
Yeah.
I want to see more of them. But
Same.
I don't know.
I know.
It's hard.
It is hard because like they've been successful in like F2, right? And like the development of drivers. And I think even Oscar Piastri actually came from Prema. So it would be a shame because like that's another nice bridge between, you know, F1 and IndyCar that people can be like, oh, what's this Prema team? Oh, or like, you know what I mean? And it could bring over more fans. So
yeah.
It's interesting to think about too with like them struggling like the Iron Dames and like Prema in IndyCar because you would always think about like Prema being like a powerhouse in F2, but kind of the last 2 years they haven't really been there.
Yeah.
And like last year with Ollie and Kimmy both racing there, and then everybody's like, I thought they would be like dominating, scoring like 1-2, like up at the top every race, but they were kind of struggling a lot last year.
Yeah, I feel like when people, because I don't necessarily follow super closely with F2, but like even when I didn't follow it at all, like that was probably the only F2 team I could name was Prema for the longest time. And so like, again, like they are such a powerhouse name in Formula racing. Like they're, you know, in Formula 3 as well. Like they're such a strong name, but like, it's like, why are they struggling
Yeah,
so
it's like,
much?
what's happening?
What's going on like in the back end of things? Like I don't know.
I mean,
concerning.
Coming from an Italian and an Italian company, they probably they don't manage their money well. They're not great business people, I would say. So I think, I don't know. Honestly, who knows what's happening behind the scenes? But yeah, I mean, leave it to an Italian to mess it up. I mean, it's like you guys really like, you know, they've had a hand in motorsport, like they've inventing motorsports in general, and you're just like, how are you guys screwing this up? I don't understand.
I think they wanted to show up, and I think they were expecting to be like, we're a powerhouse, our shit doesn't stink, and we're gonna be in the top 3 teams for, you know, because we're so good in everything else. And I think
they got humbled real quick.
Yeah, I think so. And while it sucks for them because they did have a very roller coaster season, right? They had very high highs and then very low lows. Part of me is like, I kind of am happy it happened to show like the European side of IndyCar. Like they're like, I'm not going to watch it because it's just washouts from F1, and you know, people who can't make it in F2 go to IndyCar. And it's like, actually, it's kind of hard to come to America and start a team and actually be competitive right out the gate. So part of me is like, ooh, I'm kind of glad they got humbled, just because I think part of the IndyCar bid was also to show F1 that they can have a team on the grid in F1 at one point in the future. But we'll see, right? Michael Andretti is now being linked to possibly talking and buying out some part of Prema with the Andretti name. Like, but nothing has been confirmed by any source. Like no journalist has made, like you look at Nathan Brown, you look at Marshall Pruitt, no one has made a statement to say, I have sources that say the team is for sale. Everything's just financial difficulties. Is it financial difficulties where they just need a sponsor because they didn't have any, because it was just the Prema name? Okay, that's different. But is it like, oh, you can't fund the $50 million that you were getting? That's a bigger problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Very interesting.
I know. We'll see what happens. I really would love for Kellum and Shortsy to be back. Like,
I bought a hat too. All right, like I need to wear my hat.
I invested in this team. Damn it!
I give you money.
Right? Exactly. Use my money wisely, please. Okay.
Thank you.
That's how I feel about the Iron Dames. Like I was like, my Iron Dames t-shirt. Like I want to wear it to Daytona next year, but like I don't even know if they're gonna be there. Like,
I know. So in 2026, we see that the IndyCar Le Mans schedules are not going to conflict. Who do we think is going to attempt the 24-hour Le Mans race? Because it falls between Gateway and Road America. Do we think anyone is going to try and do it?
I think so.
I could see, because we're looking at like the usual suspects that typically do the endurance races. You see like Scott Dixon, Kyle Kirkwood, Scotty Mack. I could definitely see Scotty Mack doing it. Who else does it?
I think Hins jumps in too, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Nolan might if McLaren lets him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Zach Brown, please let him. He did fantastic.
He did great. I would love to see Scott Dixon do it.
Yeah.
I know.
Has he done Le Mans before? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
I believe he has. I don't know if I think he might have won at one point, or he almost won. Because I feel like when they were talking about Scott Dixon, like technically he would be one short of the Triple Crown because he's won the 500. If he won Le Mans, the only thing he hasn't won is Monaco, right? Mm-hmm. Which put that man in an F1 car in Monaco, please, just as a one-off, please. Please. I just want Scott Dixon to do Scott Dixon things.
Yes.
And not have to fuel save.
Yeah, literally. Scott Dixon's like one of those, like, again, one of those people that we, and I say we as an IndyCar could send, because we're all IndyCar, could send Scott Dixon over and put him in a Formula 1 car, and everyone would be like, where did this guy come from? We're like, IndyCar. Yeah, it's pretty.
So he's participated in 6 Le Mans.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So 2016, 17, 18, 19, 23, and 24, but no wins.
Okay.
He'll do it again then. I can see him doing it.
Then.
Yeah.
In IndyCar or in Le Mans.
Because he would then race with Shank, right? Because they have the partnership.
Here it says Ford Chip Ganassi from 2016 to 2019, and then Cadillac for 23-24.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, he does race for Cadillac sometimes, because he did Cadillac Petit Le Mans last year with Cadillac.
Yeah,
and he had that gorgeous like purple pink livery.
And he was racing with Sebastian Bourdais.
Oh,
which was cool for the last 2 races, which is right. You're just like, oh, we love that guy.
We love both of them.
Yes.
Oh, we would love him. We'd love Sebastian back in IndyCar.
Right.
He's doing Cadillac F1 things now.
Yes.
So
Yes.
whatever.
He's driving.
Yeah, he's doing just fine. But yeah, it will, because last season they weren't able to, because IndyCar, I feel like on purpose, did not allow them to do the 24-hour. But this year, I think with the World Cup and how it fell, they have that week off. So I think we'll be seeing some folks leaving St. Louis, flying across the pond, and then flying back to Wisconsin to do Road America.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I would love that. I love watching Le Mans. It's like my favorite.
Le Mans is cool.
Yeah.
It's my favorite time of the year. Like, it's just so exciting.
It's like Christmas. Like, you go to sleep, like it's Christmas Eve, and then you wake up and you're like, who's winning? What's going on? Like, they're still going.
Like weeks in advance of like Le Mans coming. I mean, I feel the same way about the Daytona 24 too. I'm like, it's coming up. It's gonna happen. It's just so fun to like, I don't know, it's like just a day event, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We have every TV in our house have Le Mans on. So like no matter where you are in the room, it is on. So like we'll go downstairs in the basement. Husband has it on. I go upstairs. I'm like, I don't want to miss a minute of it. And then like I'll go to sleep and then I'll wake up. I'm like, oh, I got 2 more hours. Awesome. I make myself coffee and I'm like, perfect. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So thinking about Alex Palou. Do we think that he's going to continue dominating in 2026, right? Do we think that he's going to just show up at St. Pete and be like, all right, let's do this again, guys, sorry.
Yeah.
Or do we think that because of the lawsuit happening during the off season, will that, whatever happens, do you think that will impact his mental state in 2026? It did in 2023 when Will Power won, right? He had that McLaren hardship on his shoulder. Is there anyone that can beat him, really, on the grid?
I just have this such, like, after this past season, I'm like, he's unbreakable, which obviously that's not true. But I feel like he'll have a very strong season again. I don't think it's going to be as much as this year.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping for Kyle Kirkwood.
I would love for Kyle Kirkwood to come. Because Kyle was like, there were like times during the season where like, oh my gosh, it's Kyle and Alex, which is like so like, I mean, obviously Alex was like unstoppable, really. But like, I think Kyle, if he's able to like stay consistent throughout. I think that he could, because he had some really, really good races and he had some really crappy races.
Yeah.
So if he's able to like even that out and stay consistent, I think he could be competitive. But it's Alex Palou. Like, I think that I think he's got a couple more seasons at least of like, I mean, we see the same thing in like Formula One. Like everyone is like, it's Max Verstappen. And even this season, he was like not super competitive at first. And it's still like, hey guys, like Max could still win this championship. It's actually like
you sure can.
Behind now.
Yeah, like I'm like,
well, anything can happen
behind you guys. You guys put the pace a little
right.
bit.
And like I know because like Lando and Oscar are too busy fighting each other, and like Max
literally.
is eating it up. And
I like keep going.
Yeah,
I know, keep fighting, right? He's like fueling the fire, probably behind, but like
he's like he's in the paddock. Like I heard Lando said this about you. Just like trying to get them mad at each other.
Exactly, but like
emotional warfare. If that wins you the championship, I'm all for it.
Yep.
Right, I know.
It's called being.
Oh my god, like. That, I mean, that reminds me of like Michael Schumacher. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the story between Michael Schumacher and Nico Rosberg, that Rosberg needed to use the bathroom. And Michael, but he like hid in the bathroom and he would not let Nico go to the bathroom until like 2 minutes before they had to jump into the car. That is petty shit right there. I just like, and that probably happens way more often than we know. And I want to hear more of that. So
I'd love to hear those stories.
Tell me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how often stuff like that happens in like IndyCar too, because I feel like it probably happens a lot more in Formula One than IndyCar, but there's got to be like that manipulate. There's got to be some of that happening in IndyCar, and like you could probably like guess like who some of it would be between like I'm like just trying to think like Scotty and like how Scotty and Devlin were this year. Like they had to have had been some interesting conversations that happened behind the scenes there.
I know.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Christian and Connor, like you have those moments, right? Like
Santino, Connor, just in general.
Santino,
just Santino being Santino.
But I do wonder, like Christian Lundgaard and Pato during the season, right? Like there are moments where Christian was better McLaren driver and Pato was struggling, and then all of a sudden there was just massive shift, and you're like, what are we doing over here, guys?
Yeah,
like really so I wonder how much of that. Well, I have thoughts that similar to how Zach Brown has a lot of empty promises to get what he wants, I have a feeling that there were some empty promises going on at Arrow, especially with TK. Whatever TK's massive plan was, if y'all remember in 2024, he's like, I got a plan. And all of a sudden, like, you're like, it was Nolan Siegel.
What
okay.
happened?
That was your plan. And okay, got it. But I have this slight feeling that there are some like inner team, like even Scotty and Joseph, I could only imagine when the Bus Bros broke up and what manipulation was happening, behind the scenes there to be better than your teammate. Yeah.
It's always the teammate. It's always the closest one to you that like there's the tension. But yeah, I think the Arrow McLaren like lineup is so interesting because like you like watch their social media videos and you can like feel there's like some type of tension there. It's like what? Like I don't know. It's interesting. It's like Nolan's like just kind of stuck in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. But there's definitely some type of tension there, I feel like.
Oh, for sure. I mean, we saw it all season between Christian and Pato. Like, it was like everyone. And then there was the question that people are like, oh, then who's the number one driver? It doesn't seem like Pato is because Christian's doing way better. A lot of mind games that are happening over at McLaren.
I feel like you have to have a little sort of
competition,
manipulation, mind games if you race for McLaren anywhere in general.
Yeah.
You have to learn how to have semantics. Like, well, I said this, but I actually meant this, but I technically just still said that. So it's fine.
Yeah.
But I cannot imagine.
Brutal. Yeah, that's so hard.
Imagine if Christian wins the championship over Pato. Imagine if Christian wins the 500 before Pato.
Oh, the world would end.
That would be,
the world would
That would
like,
be,
that would be bad.
Like, Pato would be calling Roger being like, all right, I know you just signed, David Malukas, but pick me up, champ. Right? Like, So I really do wonder, like with the domination of Alex Palou, are we going to start seeing more cracks in teams because they're just trying to beat Chip because Chip has the golden horse right now. And he's got Scott Dixon who will pick up the pieces if Palou miraculously makes a mistake. And then you have Kiffin who has two incredible mentors that actually had an incredible season for his second year.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see what 2026 is going to look like, especially with the new cars coming, right? Like with reg changes in F1, you see a lot of changes in team dynamic. Scott Dixon struggled with the hybrid. He still struggles with the hybrid. He's blowing engines like every weekend, right? Like
Poor guy.
that poor man. But Pato struggled with the hybrid system too, right? So you're going to have more cracks.
Yeah.
But, Will Power at Andretti, like he's the only one that's beat Palou so far. Like, is he going to fight Kyle for that top spot now?
Yep.
It's going to be interesting.
Absolutely will.
He's gonna
100%. Yeah. Will's just like, move.
Yeah.
He's gonna go. What was it? Where was it? Was it in Detroit or Toronto? I think it was Toronto, where he literally was just like pushing Kyle.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna literally do that all season.
That was pretty funny.
I just think it's just ironic that now they're teammates. Like how? Like what?
Well, the good thing is that like right after the race, they were in good spirits about it. Like it wasn't like the beef continued, but like during, I was like, what is going on? Right now?
What kind of passive aggressive shit is happening right now? Like,
well, the best part was Will was like, I don't know what something happened. I don't know, and you're like, well, really? This works for you? This like, I don't know, like, I think Will's such a goofy guy that like he gets, when he's mad, he just sees like red, and then all of a sudden he's just like, whoop, hey, I'm back. What's up, guys? Like, like he's just that kind of guy. But it'll be interesting to see how him and Kyle work together.
Yeah.
And Andretti, because I don't acknowledge Marcus Ericsson. He's just there for me.
He's just there.
I was going to say, I feel like he'll, unfortunately, might just be like, it's going to be Will and Kyle.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
I will say here first, if Marcus Ericsson shows up, I'll eat my words, but I'm not holding my breath.
No, I agree. Yeah.
It is interesting because, like, I guess, like, all the other, like, teams are so quick to, like, okay, this person's not working, let's bring in someone new. Like the RLLs and the JHRs, all of those. But, like, I feel like Andretti's given Marcus Ericsson quite a bit of chances. And they're so, like, locked in on their lineup that, like, or I guess they were until, Colton left. But I'm like, I'm interested to see, like, I don't think that he'll continue after next year because his contract's till what? It ends after this next season, right? Unless he has, like, a great year, like, I think that he won't be continuing at Andretti.
No. I think there's a line of people behind him that like, that have proven worthy of that seat. And Ericsson has not given the results that Andretti typically usually has.
Imagine if Dennis Hauger has a good season at Coyne. He's going to be like, get the fuck out of the way. That's my seat, dude.
Right.
And they'll give it to him because he's performing and Marcus isn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. All I got to say is him winning the 500 was like, I think that was his peak. I hate to say that, but I think that was his peak. And he's riding that for a little too long now.
Yeah.
Oh, was it 26?
22.
22.
Yeah.
26 is next year.
No, I was going to say 2016. I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah.
He was just a wee lad in F2 in 2016?
Yeah.
That's actually so true. I got ahead of myself.
He wasn't getting hate from podcasts when 2016 was sucking yet. Oh my goodness.
Oh, poor man. That poor man.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
So IMSA is quickly challenging IndyCar and being the second most watched motorsport in America behind IndyCar. Why do we think that IMSA is becoming so popular, and how do newbies start watching IMSA? Because I know you guys are beginning to start to watch it right now as well. How can our fans start watching IMSA if the IndyCar and F1 aren't enough?
I feel like how we talked about before, AO racing is really giving like a good infinity, like, the dinosaur car. Like, I see that. I can't wait for that. I personally feel like following, because there's different classes, I feel like following the LMP2 class first. That's what I did, and I thought it was very easy. Like, these past two races, that's where Logan Sargent was racing. The cars are a little different. You can recognize them easier on track. That's always my go-to. Like, if you want to get into it, you're gonna just have to sit down and watch. And like, I personally like pick an LMP2 team, and then I feel like it's easy to spot them, and I think it's good route to take.
Yeah, I feel. I mean, LMP2 is almost like a lot of the recognizable people outside of endurance racing would probably be an LMP2. Like, that's where their first like kind of stepping stone is before they do like the hypercars and all of that. So LMP2, I think is a good one. And it just like the fact that there's so much overlap with other like drivers from other series. Like, we see drivers from IndyCar do it. Like, we've seen Formula One drivers participate in Daytona 24. Like, there's that like overlap, and that's how they bring in new fans. Like, the first IMSA race that we watched it because of Pato and Clem Novolak.
Oh yeah.
And that's how like so many more people are watching. They're like, oh my gosh, like Logan's doing the battle, like because we've been covering IMSA this full season. It's like our first full season watching it, and from one race to the next, when Logan was announced to be doing IMSA, like there was so much more interest and so many more people like commenting on our videos, like, how do I get into IMSA? Like, what explain IMSA to me? All this stuff, and that's like literally like I love it. It's amazing. Like, I think that when the more like recognizable drivers that start participating in the IMSA races, the more fans IMSA is going to have. And like, if you think like IndyCar is crazy accessible, like IMSA will like blow your mind. Like, it's so crazy how fan forward all of the teams are, because they know that more fans are going to help grow their sport, and they're really, really good about like embracing it.
That's awesome.
That's cool. I know, because I have been doing IMSA race. I went to the Road America one, I believe, with my family. But at the time, I had no idea what I was doing. My dad was like, "You want to go to a race?" And I'm like, "Sure." So and this was a lot. I think this was like, this must have been 2016 or 2017 or something like that. So it was a while ago. And I had no idea what I was watching. And I'm such an idiot for not knowing.
No, it's great, because it is truly like, at the end of the day, like if you just appreciate like cars racing on track, like the rest will come to you. But like the battles that you see in IMSA are so like, they're just crazy battles, like crazy overtakes that you see, because it's 4 different categories racing at the same time in 4 different classes. So like not only are they like, it's kind of confusing, because they'll be like racing to like overpass like one car, and then the next one they're like letting them by because they're not in the same category. It's just really fun to watch. It keeps it really interesting. And I just think I love IMSA. I think everyone should watch IMSA, but it's great.
It's so fun.
And they start and end earlier than, well, IndyCar season is literally like microscopic, but like they start in January, right? End of January?
Yeah, Rolex is the end of January, and then Petit Le Mans just happened last weekend. That was the last race of the season. So January
it's a pretty
to
long
October.
season.
Yeah, and the races are spread out enough too that like it's not like a super huge commitment. Like, if you're like, oh, I can't take on another racing series, like so much, like they don't have a huge amount on the schedule, and also there's not as many, like some of the races are only 2 categories or only 1 category. So like that kind of, if you're following like LMP2, like you're not going to want to watch every single race. So it is sometimes confusing on like, I'm like, okay, this race is happening, but I don't know who all's driving in it. But it's definitely like manageable to keep up with, because they're not racing like every other weekend, like Formula One or like IndyCar.
Got it. So we've seen a lot more investment and growth, especially through F1 Academy, especially this year and last year. With the likes of also Catherine Legg and her most recent ELF sponsorship when she was driving at the 500 and IndyCar. Do you think that we're going to see more women start showing interest joining Indy, NXT, and possibly into IndyCar? I know Jamie Chadwick has been very vocal about her difficulties on driving an IndyCar, especially during her tests. But we've seen, some folks start joining up. But do we think that with more sponsorship available, do we think we're going to start seeing more women on the grid, especially in IndyCar?
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think we talk so much all the time about like the fangirl effect and how there's just more like eyes, like female eyes on the sport in general. And I think that we are going to see a trickle effect from even just the amount of like female fans. But I think that it's going to take a while to see that trickle effect because the female fans, they're like watching it as spectators, but they're going to be the ones like raising the future like race car drivers, and they're going to be the ones that are like, oh my gosh, I want my daughter to get into karting. I want my daughter to like come with me to these races as like a young kid. And so I do think that we'll see it a lot more, but I think it's going to take some time for us to see the full picture until like basically like the generation of like, you know, like what like 0 to 10-year-olds now are old enough to start driving in it. So I am interested. But hopefully with more eyes on it too, there's the sponsorship of the current race car drivers that are kind of trying to make their way. But I don't know. I feel like I think just in general, like women's sports everywhere is growing so much, which is great. But I wonder what it'll look like in like 10 to 15 years, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see, like, will we start to see some folks from the F1 Academy side start thinking, hey, I did 2 seasons in F1 Academy. I'd love to try Indy next into IndyCar, right?
Yeah.
Especially since so many of them go into regional F4 or I believe Abby Pulling is in regional F4 right now after winning.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see like if that's a possibility for future drivers, at least now, to kind of come on over, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And we just want to see Catherine Legg back on the IndyCar grid, even if in some capacity, because that Elf stand-up she did at the 500, like it was packed, and you could tell there was an interest, and there was a line out the door, and so there's clearly we got buying power, ladies.
Yeah.
Let's use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
it'll be great to see more of that.
There is like more sponsors for just like female forward brands, like Charlotte Tilbury with the F1 Academy sponsorship. Like it is like more and more we're seeing like that they can make not an impact, but like it's like beneficial
for sure. I
think financially for them to sponsor motorsport, which in the past
100%.
Like, it would be like, well, why would we do that? Like that's not gonna get the right audience. But now it is reaching the right audience now, which is in an Elf and Charlotte Tilbury, I think are perfect examples that they have a big enough female audience to make an impact, basically.
I think Olay just announced something too. I forget what it was.
But, I saw something yesterday, right?
That's cool.
Yeah. So like you see, I really, these like female brands are going to help a lot. Mm-hmm. And we need more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Please.
Absolutely.
I would love to see like, you know, Kyle Kirkwood in the Chili Mobile, Carson Hocevar in the Chili Mobile. Like I want to see like how much sales were impacted during the time that they had those liveries, right? Absolutely. Because if you have those moments and if you're a female driver looking for sponsorship, you can go and say, hey, you know, because Catherine Legg did this, it grossed 5% of more, you know, regional sales in this area. You're going to be making money. This is going to be mutually, you know, a good partnership for us. It's going to also give your brand out there for women who are now watching the sport. So I'm hoping to see more of that. Like my perfect thing is like, I'd love to see like a sunscreen brand, like, you know, like, you know, like maybe, you know, just to like have, you know, that opportunity for like some sponsorship. But
that makes so much sense to have a sunscreen.
Oh yeah. Super good. Come on. You have a market. Come on.
Like the activations at the races would be crazy.
Incredible.
It would be like, we gotta go get some sunscreen right now. Like, it would be perfect. Yeah. We always talk about how we think Alani Nu should do motorsport sponsorship. Because they're
100%.
very like they're obviously their branding is like geared towards women, and it's also like Alani Nu started. I only know this because it started in Louisville, which is where I'm from. But like they originally were like a gym. Or the same person that did Alani Nu was a gym, and they created like an all women like gym to go to.
I didn't know.
And then she like started the pre-workout and the energy drink company, and that's where it kind of grew out of. But so it's definitely, you know, a female forward company. And there's already other energy drinks like
Yeah.
sponsoring like
Celsius,
Monster,
Red Bull,
Celsius, Red Bull, like NOS, like all these. I'm like, okay, like an Alani new car would be so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It would definitely bring a pink car back to the grid, which we need.
We need it.
Another pink car.
We sure do.
We need the Alani new pink slushmobile.
Yes.
Like we need that.
That'd be adorable. That would be awesome to see.
Let's do this. Alani New, if you're listening, get on it, okay?
Get on it.
Yeah, we'll call you.
All right. So with Cadillac, that's going to be entering the F1 grid in 2026. What are your predictions and thoughts on the team and with new regulations with Checo and Bottas? And how excited are you to see Pietro and Colton enter that world as well?
I am really, really, really excited for Cadillac to join F1. And I think they're coming in a good year because the new regulations are, I think, going to kind of equalize things a bit. I mean, not enough. I don't think they're going to come in and be like competitive. But I mean, we've seen newer teams like, for example, Red Bull, when they first joined, we saw them struggling. And then there was a new set of regulations and they became the most dominant team on the grid. So I think it's possible that in a couple of years, if they play their cards right, they could potentially be a really strong team. They have a huge fan base already just from their other motorsport series alone.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're at least coming in with that behind them because when Red Bull came in, they didn't really have even that. So I think Cadillac they're doing everything right so far. Like I think it was right to bring in 2 veteran drivers for their first year. They're going to be able to tell like, hey, this feels right and this feels wrong. And then once they get the car and the program, like, I guess, like together and like, you know, stable, then they can bring in that like next like big star, like that next rookie driver that's going to take their team to the top. But I think bringing in the 2 veteran drivers was smart. And they have, I mean, a strong team of like the support drivers, like, you know, Pietro and Simon and Colton and all of them, to where like they've got all of like the right building pieces together.
Yeah.
It's just seeing like, okay, what's the big picture going to look like next year?
Yeah. How are they going to execute it? Yep.
Yeah.
They got to put it together, right? They have all the pieces.
Yes.
Now let's put it together. Yeah. And, you know, there were rumors that, you know, from their testing, they're up with Mercedes with their power unit, which, they're might not competing with, you know, right now the McLarens and the Ferraris and the Red Bulls, but to be up in the top 5, even though it's just testing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look what happened with Williams, right? With, you know, they're still 5th, right? They're still 5th in the the Constructors Championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like 5 years ago, we would have never been talking about it, right? So it takes time, but I feel like they have the right tools. And, you know, I'm impartial. I'd love to see Colton drive an F1 car one day, you know, and I'll sob like a mom, so proud while watching, you know,
I mean,
her son on TV.
I'm
but
wearing his T-shirt right now, so
he needs to drop Cadillac Colton Herta merch because I'm gonna buy everything.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
I was like looking for at the last IMSA race. I was like, I need to find Cadillac merch here at the IMSA race.
Good idea.
That's what. Yes.
It's going to be like crazy expensive if I try to get like Formula One Cadillac merch.
Yep.
But I do think I will be a pretty big Cadillac supporter. And I was saying that before they announced Pietro, but it definitely helped that Pietro's part of the Cadillac family. And I'm like, well, okay. I guess I can go like all in.
Twist my arm, right? Like,
yep. No, I'm
happy
super
for him
excited.
too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to move on to our Hot Laps Q&A. So these are going to be like quick first responses that come into your head type of answers.
Okay.
We'll start with an easy one to get, you know, your thoughts and your juices flowing. And then if you guys want to just each provide an answer, you guys can, whoever wants to go first can go first. There's no, you know, structure. So if you want to blurt it out, go for it.
Okay.
So we have a few of those for you. Okay. I'll throw it over to Melania for the first one.
All right, cool. So top 3 must-haves that you have in your bag during a race weekend.
Ooh.
You go first.
I would say sunscreen. Some type of like fan, whether it be like a portable one or like a paper one.
Mm-hmm.
And then for me, contacts, like an extra pair of contacts. I have,
nice.
like bad eye allergies, so I'm always like, the first time we went to Miami, I was like, what if I lose my contacts? So contacts.
And a lot of tracks are dusty too, so that's great.
True.
I also sunscreen, huge one. A portable charger.
Oh,
my phone always dies. And then I think earplugs, especially for like if you're gonna be like a 24-hour long race, like or endurance races, like you absolutely need earplugs for sure.
Awesome.
Love it. All right. If you can assign an IndyCar driver to each Taylor Swift era, who would it be?
Oh my God! Wait, that's a great question. Okay, should we just go through?
Yeah, we can go in time. So we can go. Yeah, debuts first, of course.
Okay, Nolan.
He is the most country out of all of them,
He's
right?
also so young too that it's like I just think of him as like he's so like teardrops in my guitar coded.
Oh, you would love it.
I can see that. Okay, so Nolan for debut, Fearless.
Ooh. Oh, Christian Rasmussen.
I was thinking Christian Rasmussen.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Speak Now. I know this one was hard for me too when I was thinking about it.
Speaking of so like lovey to me.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they all kind of are. Scott Dixon.
Scott Dixon. Okay. I was thinking Scotty
okay.
Mack.
Okay. I
I don't
can
know
All right,
why.
so the
I
Scots?
just feel
Yeah,
like
the
Scots.
Yeah.
All right, Red.
Joseph.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. 1989.
Pato.
Interesting. You think Pato?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay.
Okay. Reputation.
See, I was thinking Joseph for Reputation.
Okay, that does does work really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can swap Speak Now if you want Joseph for Reputation.
I think Joseph for Reputation.
That's like the very first thing that I thought
For
of.
sure. Yeah.
Lover.
I thought you were laughing. Wait, this is so hard. I'm like, who do we have left still?
I know. Kyle Kirkwood.
Yeah.
Okay. Folkmore. Who's in their feels?
Connor Daly.
Oh.
Yeah.
So then who's Evermore?
Stingray Rob.
Midnights?
Willpower.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one. TTPD?
Who's still left?
Christian.
Maybe Renus?
Renus.
Oh,
Oh, actually,
yeah.
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 That feels right.
All right, and then Life of a Showgirl.
That should have been Pato. That should have been Life of a Showgirl.
I was gonna say that's perfect for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do Pato
He
again.
is the embodiment.
Pato for that.
Taylor Swift just used Pato as her muse, not Travis Kelce. Let's be honest. All right, awesome.
All right. If Podium Pop can have an IndyCar team, who would your two drivers be? Who would your sponsor be? And what would be your main color for your livery?
Okay, I think we do Alani Nu as our sponsor.
Yeah, I would say Alani.
Yeah.
And the car would have to
It'd
be
be
Podium
pink.
Pop Pink.
Yeah.
Podium Pop Pink.
Our two drivers, you can pick one and I'll pick one. You know who I'm going to pick.
Okay, so we want Pietro and who else?
Who would work well with Pietro?
I think anybody.
He seems
I
like
think
he's
he's
easy to get
very-
along with. He's a good team player.
Pietro and Kyle?
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, yeah.
That'd be a
good
dream
team.
lineup
Yeah.
for me.
Okay, what are your biggest superstitions when you're either at the race or when watching a race?
She's much more superstitious
I'm
than I
very
am.
superstitious. So this is such a random one. Actually, MJ just recently made a video about this. When we went to Miami 2024, Celine and I decided to buy the Miami Red Bull hats because they were pink. They were so cute. They had palm trees on them. And I wore it that Friday. And then Lando won for the very first time that weekend. I got it in my head. I was like, I have to wear this Red Bull hat every Friday.
Wear it every
Like almost
Friday,
every Friday
race
I will
weekend.
wear it.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah, if it works, it works, man.
Right? And I'm a huge Bengals fan, and my superstitions and my hats and clothes started with
I was thinking about you because didn't the Bengals like recently have like a powerful win? And I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, that
Wait, didn't they coin that the icy hot bowl between
yes
Rodgers and Flacco?
That is another superstitious. We were at the gym and started watching it, and then I got home and wasn't watching, and I had like multiple group messages like, we're doing good, we might win this, and I was like, I can't turn it on.
Yeah, like
I have the same thing.
Yep. And I'll be like we also like have been started watching hockey.
Yeah.
And I was like, how are the Flyers doing? And I turned it off because I was getting mad. And she's like, well, they started doing good, so you can't turn it back on again. I'm like, okay.
So my husband used to DJ at the only Bengals bar in the city every Sunday. And anytime he would DJ, they had like, that was the year they went to the Super Bowl and they like had a decent year or whatever. He stopped DJing Sundays and all of a sudden they started playing like crap. So I kept telling him that you're the reason why the Bengals are crap because they were winning when you were DJing during, their winning season. He's like, he has so much. Yeah. I was like, can you start? I don't want to see you on Sundays anymore. Just go DJ. Yeah. He had like his entire wardrobe. He had like orange everything, and then he stopped. And then Joe Burrow started getting hurt all the time. And I was like, see,
he brought the
you're
juju.
The problem. Wow. Go back, get back behind the decks.
We need him to go back to doing the DJing.
All right, so this is for book girlies. So, what driver on the grid would you like to narrate your favorite book, and what series would that be?
Oh, that's tough. Who has a nice voice?
I know.
Calming voice. I actually think Scott Dixon with his accent would be great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like
anyone with an accent, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Scott Dixon. I don't know. I guess Harry Potter. Actually, I really enjoy reading, and I went through a big phase where I read so many books, and now I don't read as much anymore.
Mm.
But Harry Potter would be a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a romantic girl, but I feel like some of like I can't listen to audiobooks. I'm like too ADHD for that. But I feel like he would be good at like a fall romance.
Uh-huh.
Like a pumpkin patch or something small town.
Yeah.
Yes.
He would do great at that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Awesome. I feel like Joseph Newgarden would do good too with like his theater roots.
Oh,
like
he would do. Can
he narrate like the the Fearless series for me, please? Because I love that. Yes. Right?
Yeah. He would be really good at it, I think.
All right. So I know we talked a little bit about the Bengals. So which driver, current or on the past, gives off the same vibes as Joe Burrow?
Ooh. Okay. Joe Burrow is such a character. Does anyone match his energy?
All right, close to, right? Like, who would show up with a pair of Cartier sunglasses and, like, make it its entire personality?
Marcus Erickson.
Marcus Erickson.
I was thinking about Marcus Erickson's purse. His purse.
I feel like Marcus Armstrong would also.
Marcus Armstrong would totally show up in, like, designer sunglasses and be like, hey, guys.
Hey.
Check it
just
out.
have that attitude about him. Just be like, what? Like,
yeah.
Oh, these? They're nothing.
Well, didn't he have a serious time where he only wore like those Prada sunglasses for like the longest time, and it was like I feel like Clem and James always made fun of him for that because he always had it, and I think they broke, and now he's got a new pair. But I was like, dude, like. Buy yourself another pair of sunglasses. You don't have to have the Prada ones all the time. Just go to Harrods and buy something. We know you like to go there. Yeah.
All right. So this is our last question. So Monica and I are compiling a Now That's What You Call Music IndyCar series for 2025. If you could pick one driver from the 2025 grid and pick a song for them that best fits their personality and vibe, what would it be?
This is interesting. We gotta pick a driver first, I feel like.
Yeah.
So maybe like who's your favorite driver and what song would you pick for your favorite driver?
Okay.
I immediately thought of Christian Rasmussen.
What song would you pick for Christian Rasmussen?
Like something upbeat and fun.
Something a little some swagger.
Yeah.
You're thinking like rock or like pop. Let's narrow it down a little bit.
I guess we can go rock.
Rock, okay.
I don't see him listening to pop.
No.
Or like actively.
I think I'm switching gears here.
Okay, sure, go for it.
I'm staying with the same team. I think Alexander Rossi.
Oh.
I think any Creed song.
Yeah.
Any Creed song. Perfect. For him, like
He is the divorced dad rock guy.
Oh, for sure.
Like Higher by Creed.
Higher.
Yeah, I think that would be perfect.
Higher by Creed. Okay. For Rossi. I love it.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Oh,
I can
man.
see him in his car just like just screaming.
Right. Can you?
Like I can see that. Like at an intersection in Indianapolis.
Absolutely. You're like,
Oh,
Rossi?
You're like,
Great
sir,
song.
what are you doing?
You
I would have
okay?
loved to see him like at a concert. Like I would love to see Rossi at a Creed concert and be like, do you enjoy yourself? Like, do you smile? Or do you just stand there and just
or
or like just bop your head?
God knows he like will start crowd surfing or something like that. Like that's how he lets out his
Yeah, it's a completely different person at home. Oh my goodness.
Well, Celine, Grace, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. Do you guys want to go ahead and share how everyone can listen to your podcast and how they can find your content?
Yeah, we are on YouTube and Spotify right now. It's Podium Pop on both. And then we are Podium Pop on all of our social media.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we post on TikTok, on Instagram, and we do vlogs and episodes on YouTube.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. And thank you everyone for listening to Lap It Like It's Hot this week. If you want to keep listening to us, we're on Spotify, Apple Music, and YouTube at Lap It Like It's Hot, and on the socials at Lap It Like It's Hot. And this was awesome. Thank you again. We had so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. See everyone. We'll talk soon. Bye.
Bye, guys.